of Let's Talk Money with Friends. Every Wednesday, we get the privilege and the opportunity to come to you to share some really great financial concepts, money concepts, because we know money encompasses everything. Why? Because, everything we do involves money. And so on the show here, we discuss about so many different topics. Last week, we talked about you matter because I believe that you are the money and you not only in the money, but you are the money. But tonight, we want to talk about specifically what is money and how money works and how money can work for you. So the topic tonight is money matters. Yes, it does. Money does matter. And so therefore, we need to understand how so. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my friends who are on tonight. You know Dawn, of course, she's been here. And we have the lovely Tammy, who's on with us tonight. So why don't we let Tammy introduce herself since she's our newest friend on the show. Tammy, say hello to our friends who are watching tonight.
Well, good evening, and thank you for having me on your show this evening. I really appreciate it. My name is Tammy Archer. I'm born and raised in the DMV area in Maryland. My background, I went to college at Hampton University, graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer information systems, went on to do software development, project management now. I have one daughter, I have one grandson, proud to be a glamma, not a grandma, something more awesome than a grandma. I also have been a business owner, have had various businesses along the way, and also now a coach teaching a little bit, just getting into it about your finances and how to invest. So
that's great. That's great. Awesome. So as a grandma, you're definitely gonna need a lot of money because you know how those kiddos, they need money. Dawn, quickly introduce yourself again for those who've never seen the show.
Yes, greetings, everyone. I'm Dawn. They call me Dawn. They call me DJ. They call me Dawn Spirit. I am the owner and president of Queen Dawn Spirit. I also have a company called Riding with the Wings, which is a spiritual motorcycle clothing line. So, but I'm more so focusing on Queen Dawn Spirit. So check me out, queendawnspirit.com. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a past life regression therapist, a future life regression therapist, and an officiant. I'm a grandmother of 15, a mother, and, a mother of adult children, and a wife of a retired Boston firefighter, and I'm living my best life.
Oh, not to forget, Dawn, you are not only, I want to say it again, Dawn is not only all that, but she's also a great friend. And the reason Tammy is here tonight is because of Dawn. She introduced me to Tammy a few months ago, but it's
Tammy's my sister.
Oh.
Right. Yes.
So yeah, definitely. So we want to talk about money because we said the topic of the show is money matters. And we've actually started a really intense conversation offline. Mm-hmm. We always do because we get online. We get on the Zoom at 6:30 to really get to know each other and get going and get our spirit right for this show live. So we're always excited. And I was like running out of time because we got into it because everybody loves to talk about money. So the very first thing that I say is like we need to learn how money works and how money can work for us. But before we can do all that, we need to define what is money. What is money, Tammy? When you think about money, what do you think money is?
Well, money is definitely a tool that you need to live life. Money dictates to you everything. It dictates to you where you live, what you drive, what you eat, where you go to eat, where your children go to school, everything. So money is a very valuable tool that's needed. Some people use it for bad. Some people use it for good. It is something that needs to be shared as well as, help manifest through community. So,
right. What was your first interaction? What was your first recollection of how were you introduced to money?
Well, I would think like most children in your early teens or so, earning money through chores, having, your chore money. So probably that way. And I learned very early that it was something valuable to me. Since then, I started working at the age of 15. Um, at the age of 15, I started working because I didn't like to have to ask for anything, even though I didn't really have to ask because I had very uh, financial comfort. They were, middle class type family when I was raised. So money really wasn't an issue, but it was value. And, just learn how to manage early because my mother had always had a part time job or a business. And, at that time, we didn't really call it entrepreneur, but that's what she was. And she taught me that at an early age. So,
Yeah, very important. So what about you, Dawn? I mean, in terms of like, what is money to you? And when was the first time you remember the first time you were introduced to the idea of money as a child? You on mute, my
yeah.
darling.
I always do that. So money is energy. I teach people how to manifest their intentions, and one of the intentions how to manifest wealth is a hand mantra where I teach my clients, you hold your hands like this, so your left hand should be facing you. And first thing in the morning when you wake up, you hold your hands like this for 5 minutes, time yourself on your cell phone a while, but you never need to do it, and think about all the phenomenal things you're going to do when you get the money, or as if you already have the money in which you want to manifest. And you hold this for 5 minutes to do it every morning within the first hour you wake up, because you're in your theta wave state of mind. So my first experience with money is when my grandmother, God rest her soul, she was like my best friend in the world. And she was the first Black bank manager in Philadelphia. And her brother was congressman of Pennsylvania. So they had my great grandparents every day after school. I used to go to my great grandparents' store in Philadelphia and get whatever I wanted, tell my friends to come in and shop too, because I didn't know the value of money. I was only 6 or 8 years old. But when I really realized what money really meant is when my grandmother gave me my first $50 bill for my birthday. And this was in the late 60s. No, maybe early 70s. She gave me my first $50 bill and told me I could spend it on anything I want. And every birthday she used to ask me, what do you want? You can have anything you want. And my grandmother used to always pay off her vehicles, or she'd pay her house off within 5 years because she knew how money worked. And she always paid her vehicle, her Cadillac. She always got a new Cadillac every 4 years, but she would have it paid off within a year and a half. But what I'm saying to you guys, money is energy. So if you feel scarcity and the lack of, and you don't have, then you're not going to have it. My grandchildren this Christmas, I paid them their Christmas gifts through Cash App. One of my grandkids, she got over $1,000 because she saves her money, and through Cash App, and she has cash on hand. So we have to teach people the importance that you deserve money. We're always taught that money, you may not qualify for this or for that. You can have anything you want because money is energy, guys.
It's energy. So I loved the fact that Tammy said money is everything. It's where you live, your house, your health.
Yeah.
Without money, you cannot afford a good health care. Money is education, such a great investment. Money is leisure time. We were talking about it. How do you go on vacation and really enjoy your family and have some quiet time and peace of mind? I know you and I, Dawn, we love, to experience different cultures. How do you do that if you don't have any money? So money is everything. But of course, you talked about the idea of being like in a mindset of abundance, because so many people are not attracting money towards them because their hands are either too tight or their mindset is not there for the money. So you have to believe that you deserve it, right? You have to believe you deserve it because it's everything and you need it for everything. So for me, like my first experience that I was sharing with Tammy earlier, or maybe the other day when we were talking in prepping for this show, When I was a child, my mother was doing business, and she always, she would take me with her when she's negotiating her deals, right? And I remember seeing her having conversation back and forth. Let's say she wanted to sell a dozen of whatever it was, a dozen pencil for $20, and she'll say $20 for that dozen. That's how much I'm gonna sell it for. Because she used to go overseas and buy wholesale and then come and sell it to retailers in Haiti, and they'll be like $20. That's too much. You need to go down $15, and the back and forth. You know how in the islanders, huh?
The bartering.
The bartering, yeah, back and forth, and eventually they'll meet halfway. They would meet halfway. It's never what you wanted. It's always meeting halfway. And I remember even as a child, I was maybe 9 or 10. I would say, "How come you didn't get what you wanted, Mom?" And she's like, "I did get what I wanted. I got what I wanted. He got what he wanted. So therefore, we both left feeling good about the relationship." And she said to me, "I'm coming back. The next trip, he's gonna be available to walk with me again, because he knows that it's gonna be a win for him and a win for me." So for me, money is all about, making sure that everybody wins and you win. It's not all about you holding on and you taking everything. Some people don't leave nothing on the table for anybody else. They don't leave anything on the table for anybody else around them. They like to grab it because, again, it's a spirit of scarcity. So that's my first. And when I came here and I started going to school, and I was like, "Oh, this is what you call a win-win situation, in business." So that was my first as a child in business, as it pertains to money. So once we know what money is and why we deserve to have money, and not only do we deserve to have money, but other people who are around us deserve the same. How does money work, Terry? How does money work? Because you deserve to have it, but what do you do when you have it? How does it work for you? Because you mentioned that you had learned to work for it, but how does it also work for you?
Let's see. Well, it works for me. One way that I had money work for me is by investing. So I invest in the foreign exchange market, as well as the digital currency now that's coming along. So that's another stream of income that I have. So that's how I get it to work for me. And also having a side, what they would say, a side hustle or a side business, more so a business for me. I had a transportation business, so I had multiple clients, and a structured business where I had one employee. So that's how I have money work for me.
Yeah, definitely investing is the best way to get money to work for you.
And you can't be scared nowadays, because if you just have your money in the bank, they're investing your money. So the money that you keep in the bank, that's the bank's investment account. So if you're scared to invest it, the bank isn't, because they're taking it every night when you go in and check and it says temporarily under maintenance or unavailable. That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if they can do it with your money, so can you.
Yeah, and it's all about knowledge. So that's why it's important to understand what money is and how it encompasses everything, and how you deserve to have it so that you can do all the things that you need to do. But at the end of the day, if you have it, you have to learn how to work it. How do you work it, Queen Dawn? How do you work money in your life?
You write money a letter.
Okay, I see. I like
you
that.
Write money a letter. Say, "Dear money,
hold on,
I love you, and I know you love me too."
All right.
You treat money like a man or a woman or with a partner. You treat money, you want money to work for you. Money is energy. So, everyone, and I also suggest that everyone at least keep at least $100 in your wallet or your pocket or somewhere in your house, just in case of an emergency. What if the computer system shuts down? How are you going to be able to buy food? How are you going to be able to buy anything that you need if you don't have at least some cash? Because everyone has plastic cards. Everyone's changing over to plastic. Everyone's changing over to Bitcoin. Everyone is changing over to Bitcoin. I heard one NFL player got paid off of Bitcoin.
Oh,
Absolutely.
wow.
He wanted his salary in
That's
Bitcoin.
awesome.
And also there's a mayor that wanted his first 3 paychecks to be in Bitcoin. So
Yeah.
So there are multiple ways to invest. We were talking about it offline, like the wealth formula, how money works in terms of like everybody needs money. You have to have that seed in order for you to sow it. An investment cannot happen without first an initial investment. The
Mhm.
initial investment has to be money, right? Cash
Right.
put in. So you need that. But also, I love the fact, I think it was offline, we're saying like how you have children and time is of the essence because you cannot wake up one day and say, oh, I'm wealthy, unless somebody dies and leave you a bunch of money, right? Or unless you win the lottery, right? It takes time to build, to make money work for you, right? It takes time. So whatever money you have, you've been able to accumulate or you are accumulated over time, you need time. You need to time. But also we talk investing. The reason we invest in is because we don't want to do what most people do, Don. We were talking about it, like having your money under your mattress because they're afraid. That spirit of scarcity, right? Why don't you share a little bit about that? Like, why is it important to, yes, because rate of return on your investment. It's important to let your money grow, but your money cannot grow if it's under your mattress, right, Don?
Right. And then that was, I'm glad you said those 2 words because they were just in my mind and I wanted to say it the next time I spoke. So, and guys, you got to excuse me because I have a retainer in my mouth. So if I'm talking a little funny, it's because of the retainer.
you're fine.
So 2 words pertaining to money that you should never, ever feel or think is fear and scarcity.
Right.
Those are 2 of the worst words that you could ever possibly ever have in your mind, think or speak, because words are vibrations. Thoughts are vibrations. So whatever you put out there is what you're going to attract. If someone says, how much is that cupcake? Oh, that cupcake is $500. Why is the cupcake $500? Is that cupcake gonna dance for me? Is gonna pay my bills? Is that cupcake gonna do? No, this cupcake is $500 because it's just that good. Well, why is that good? Because I'm trying to figure out why I'm gonna pay $500 for a cupcake. Because we are always in a poverty-stricken thought of mind because we think if we spend this $500 in this cupcake, I could spend this $500 somewhere else because I don't know where I'm going to get this extra $500. But you know that you are always blessed. Money loves you. You're always attracting money. You're a money magnet. That $500 you spend for a cupcake ain't going to matter.
Correct. So when you know how money works and how it can work for you, definitely, you know that, hey, have $500. I'm going to invest that, right? We talked about it, invest in wherever you want to invest it because it's important not to put it under your mattress because under your mattress, you have no rate of return. You don't have any return on that investment, right? If anything, what does it do? It hits you hard because we talked about it offline about inflation, right? We know, who said that? I think it was you, Tammy, or Dawn. Like a gallon of milk when we were a child, when we were children, how much is it today? You know, because the cost of living is getting more and more expensive. So if you have your money stuck under your mattress or you're too afraid to invest it or you're afraid, like you keep everything in the bank. Of course, we talked about having emergency money so that you can have something just in case. But it's so important to understand that inflation is eroding your money every single day. So if you're not outpacing inflation, if your money is not doing more than what inflation is, typically 3.5%, then you are losing money in your sleep. When you think you have peace of mind because your money is under your mattress, you're actually losing that value every single day. And again, going back to time in terms of like procrastination. So I had learned that a long time ago when I was in my 20s that in order for you to build wealth, you do have to have money. You need time. You need great rate of return. You need money to make money for you, and you need a good investment. But inflation, you have to think about it because if you are afraid to invest, you're going to be losing anyways. And also to procrastination, right? Most people are not understanding what money is and how money works because they're procrastinating. Do you see? I know you said you have like adult children. Have you had conversation with them about like starting your investment today? Don't wait until it's too late. Have you had those conversations, Tammy?
I have, but I just want to add on to what you were saying. And procrastination comes too from fear of not knowing. So what you have to do is to, instead of just saying, oh, well, I don't know anything about that, learn. You know,
Right.
it's too much information out here now. Google it, YouTube it, and remove the fear. Because once you make yourself knowledgeable, then you'll understand. And, you know, then that way it'll take away the procrastination and it'll take away the fear for you to continue and to learn more about it. And then for you to make an educated decision on, you know, how to move forward with or without that particular, you know, vehicle of opportunity. So
Yeah, definitely. And you know what, one thing I've learned is that you don't have to become an expert or financial expert, but if you align yourself with women like you guys who are interested in learning, guess what? That's how you multiply. You know, we were even saying earlier that money is also friendship, right? Friendship. Because I know for me, Miss Dawn here has been great money making machine for me. Right, Dawn? She refers her class. We were saying it offline. Dawn, if you're doing something, Dawn is gonna let people know Gabrielle is doing something. Tammy's like, I've learned about Tammy because she's like, my friend Tammy is doing this. You gotta talk to her, have a conversation. And the same thing, my friend Gabrielle is doing this, and she's a connector. If you have friendships like that, that's money. Money.
yeah,
It is money because money is everything. Those
as we
relationships.
say, as we say, show us your friends and we'll show you your future. So, you know, you are who you hang around with. So if you have, if you're the most wealthy or most well off in your group,
You're in the wrong
pretty
group.
much.
You are in the wrong group
Yeah,
because
get another group because you
yeah,
don't want to be at the extremes of your group, of your circle. So
yeah. And if you're in business and you have people who are in your circle, friendships, and you like at the end of the day, I mean, like I was doing my numbers because tax season is here. And I'm working on, my own tax files. And Donna and I, we like, because she's my client, we're having those conversations. And I'm like, yeah, I can see this year how much she helped me. I can see my bottom line was impacted by that friendship. Is your bottom line being impacted by your friendships? If it's not, then get out of those relationships, because you know what? If a person is in a relationship with you, they're not able to help you in your business or in your personal life, going back again to finance, learning about finance and learning about how money works, and procrastination being part of fear. And you have some people who are like doing well, they're doing well and they're keeping it a secret. They're not sharing with you. You need to get out of those relationships and reach higher. Okay, money is everything. And because money is everything, money encompasses everything: your lifestyle, your health, your education, your kids' education, everything connects and is impacted by money. And if you don't know how it works, you need to be around people who can help you learn how it works. The key is not to get jealous of the people who could help you, because many times you've talked about it, Dawn. Please share some more. I know you
so many times. So yeah, when people, one thing you won't see, I won't get jealous of my sister. I won't get jealous of Gabrielle. I don't get jealous of people when they accomplish things, because it shows me the possibility that I can get that too.
especially if you're connected to them, yes.
Yeah, and if you think, oh, they think they all that, or who they think they are, listen, we all can get it. It's enough to go around for all of us. Right. Be happy for other people, because that lower vibration that you send out there hating on someone else because they've accomplished something is distraction, is a distraction. So the energies that you send to God, the universe, whatever your spiritual or religious belief is the energy that you get back. So if you focus on and just constantly thinking about how this person just bought this brand new Lamborghini, or just built this brand new $500,000 house or $1 million house, or is living in a multi-million-dollar home in a multi-million-dollar community, a billion-dollar community, or is going on vacations. My husband and I go on at least 2 to 3 vacations a year. Okay, and it's paid in full. It's not put on credit cards. So you can manifest anything you want. You can manifest as much money as you want. Just don't be distracted by negative people who are in that poverty-stricken mind, who is raised to think that there's not enough money to go around, because it is. If I can get it, you can get it too.
Yeah, it's so important. And then you should attract yourself, like when you get an opportunity to connect with other women or other people who are doing great things, you ought to try to build with them,
So
try
one
to build
another
with
up.
them. Yeah,
Reach your hand up, hold one another
level
up.
up, level up, because money is so important. We've been on the show here for over a year talking about how money is education, how money is relationships. I was saying to Tammy, are you guys blood sisters? You look a little different. She's like, no, we like long time best friends. And she called me a sister. And I was like, I've only known Dawn for maybe 6-7 years now, or maybe 6 years, but I consider her a sister because she's impacted my life. You need to have people in your life that can really show you the money and show you the way to the money. Show you to, and the money, let's remind everybody again, the money is your health. Show you the way to better health. Show you the way to better education. Show you better way to a better way of living, your housing. Show you the way to, a mindset that is bigger than where you at right now. You need to have relationships like that. Because at the end of the day, if you haven't built those relationships, you are gonna be in the space of scarcity. And when you lack, it affects your health. Right? People who are struggling all the time. You have friends who have jobs and you're struggling to have a job and you're afraid to even tell them. Why? Because they're not in the business of helping you. Your friends must be in the business of helping you, because your friends, their money. So I know like some of the challenges that we have. Last week, I wanted Odessa to be here. Odessa, actually, I don't know I've never met Odessa in person. I've never met Odessa in person. Odessa has been on the show, but I met Odessa through this lady called Linda Champion. And I went to a training, learned with a bunch of women, and I remember sitting there and I saw Linda Champion, and I was like, this is an awesome lady, because her spirit was all about. She opened up. Awesome. She came in and she started giving. The first thing she did the next week or the next month we were together, she gave everybody gifts, and she was so open. So I kept her number, because I'm like, this is money. This woman is gonna impact my life, and I wanna hold on to her because I want it to be a win-win situation. And the other day we were texting, and she's like, I'm gonna help you with this. I'm gonna help you with that. Again, friendships, your relationships, they're all money. So it's very important that you align yourself with the type of people, because if it had not been for my alignment with Linda Champion, I would have met Odessa. And Odessa has been a resource for me here, coming on the show, supporting me, things like that. So again, it's so important. So let's go back. The reason I mentioned her name, Odessa, is because last week we were talking about it. She said that, MLK was fighting for economic justice, because we know many times, folks do want to get that abundance mindset and they're working hard, but there are some challenges that come with you being able to reach your potential. So what do you say to someone who's saying like, listen, Gabrielle, I've done everything. I've worked hard, I've gone to school, I've done X, Y, and Z, but I'm still not able to be quote unquote in the money. I'm struggling to even be able to pay my current bills because I'm not able to save. What do you say to someone who's there? They've done everything, but there are some external forces that are keeping them from being able to maximize their potential. We were talking about it, Tammy. What would you advise? What advice would you give to those folks?
I'm not sure about that one, but I would just say, just go back and do maybe some personal development. It may be something holding you back. So some personal development, and also just start, sharing with some other people what your struggles may be, because when you share with someone else may have gone through the same thing. and may be able to point you in the right direction for resources that, could get you going or get you back on track. So there's always so many different resources out there for various things and various situations and, groups of people. So just do some more research too, to find out what resources you may be able to get to help you to get back on track, or to get on track to get going.
Right. I love the fact that you said, do some self-assessment. So we've talked about the financial planning, doing, having your vision board, and also creating a plan. You have to write it down. Sometimes it's
You
all
do.
in here, and in here is not enough. Oh, I've done everything I could, Gabrielle. I'm like, how so? It's all in here. I know I want to go to school, but let me see
And
your written plan. It's not written.
right.
But earlier today, I was talking to one of my brothers. Well, yeah, and he's doing something, and he showed me, like, he was showing me what he's doing, and I'm like, have you talked to anybody else? Have you reached out to anybody else who could help you? Because the good book, the Bible talks about one can chase 1,000, but two can put 10,000 to flight. You're talking about exponential ways of being able, a way of being able to resolve problems if you align with somebody else. Do you find that sometimes, even with your children or other people in your environment? I know for me, when I came and met with you that night, when we sat in the car and had a long conversation, you were able to kind of guide me. And Curtis, you've introduced me to, has been able to help me. And I'm going to tell him he's going to be on the show next week. And he helped me with my money, Curtis. So I want to know, do you find that, have you found that, like, some people have not been able to maximize and really be in the money and be able to learn how money works and how money can work for them, because they're not aligning themselves, not only with friendship, but with people who have knowledge who can help them with their next step?
Are you talking to me?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So, you know what, Gabrielle, you always in my mind, because they say we're all of the same consciousness, collective consciousness. Just like if I yawn, so everyone else is going to yawn. So
too.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So when you said about writing it down, make every year, every New Year's Day, I write down a list of things, 10 or 20 things that I want to accomplish within a year. And I always accomplish 90% of what I wrote on that list. I've been doing it for years. And actually, I learned it when I used to sell new homes. And when I used to sell new homes, they had a guru sales instructor tell us to write a list of 10 things that we wanted to accomplish and just put it away somewhere. Put it in your Bible, put it in your vision box, or make whatever. And I actually accomplished everything that was on the list. And I learned that 20 something years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. And the other thing is that, like I said, money is energy.
All right.
Period. Money is energy. Your house is energy. This computer you're looking at is energy. This cup I'm holding is energy. We're just having a physical experience. So just like if you think about money, of like when you're preparing a meal, when you prepare this meal, it's going to turn out a certain way. Well, there's certain steps you have to do to manifest money into your life. And the number one is releasing fear and scarcity.
And the best way to release it, Dawn, I think it's with knowledge, because we've said knowledge is power. Going back again to, if you find yourself, if you've been in a situation where you're like, I've done everything, I've crossed all those T's and dotted all my I's when it comes to trying to do my best to learn about money and learning about money, but I'm still not where I need to be. It's so important that did you want to say something, Teddy? Go ahead.
I did. And I was.
We never had that before.
Y'all places on me.
I know. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that too. Reach out and look for a mentor, someone who is where you want to be. You know, someone that, you know, you kind of got the same, you know, direction and you can mesh with them. So reach out and find a mentor that, you know, could help you along the way. Maybe they can help you, you know, skip some steps or, you know, whatever it may be, because they've gone through the whole process. So if you get yourself a good mentor, that could help you, you know, get back on track and maybe excel to further where you want to be. And then, you know, your goals, set your goals, you know, your milestone goals. So something short term, middle and long term, so that you can, you know, take a little piece at a time and work that through. And then, you know, like, oh, I passed that one. Let's keep going to the next one. So
I want to say something real quick before you go on. So one of my grandchildren, I can't say her name because I don't want to upset the other grandchildren, but one of my grandchildren just texted me because she's watching the show. She's listening.
That's nice.
She was like, Yaya. She said, Yaya, can I be on mute? And you know what it is, T. Can I be on mute so I can listen to the show? So she said releasing anxiety.
Okay.
Releasing anxiety. And this is the one with over $1,000. She only 14. So, you know, how would you say, T?
I said you gave it away.
I gave it away. So, but she's watching the show and she's right, releasing anxiety, because everyone has anxiety. Everyone has anxiety, but we never knew what it was. We never diagnosed it with anxiety. You understand what I'm saying? So once we release that energy, then we know that there's nothing you can't accomplish. Stop thinking that you aren't qualified. Self-esteem is a big thing with money, because you think you're not worthy of.
Correct.
You know?
And part of it is your environment. Going back again to what we said, it's so important that you align yourself with folks with the right mindset, who can not only see the best in you, or see the best in them, but also in themselves, but see the best in you. Because at the end of the day, as a child, going back, when I saw my mother saying like, yeah, I want to earn money, but I also want him to earn money, because it has to be a win-win. Because if I have all these, you know, my merchandises, and I'm have them come in, and he's not around because he hasn't made enough money, he cannot support this business. Guess what? I'm not gonna make money too. So we have to think about this win-win mindset. But one of the question that I had was relating to, if you are part of the what we call the marginalized group of people who find yourself always at the bottom of the pyramid, the financial pyramid in this country, right? You have the little pyramid, everybody is at the bottom. And some of us are even at the very deep bottom, because that's where the world or the society or the system has decided to push you down there. It's so important that you understand that money encompasses everything. You need money. You need to know how money works, but also you need to know how to fight for what is yours. Because at the end of the day, what good it is to have invested your time. When we were talking the other day, Tammy, we had shared, I think you had shared, or somebody else had shared with me, like this lady who purchased a house at 35 years old, right? She had put in 20 years of paying for that house. 20 years. So she, at that time, she was 55 years old. And with 2 kids, hoping that this will be a legacy, because money is also legacy. We've been talking about, because that's why on this show we talk about your legacy matters. Like you just talk about coaching. We've said coaching matters because again, money encompasses everything. She wanted to leave a legacy, a financial legacy for her kids. But during the 2008 crisis, the Great Recession that we had, she lost her home after 20 years of paying. You know, she fell behind because she was going through a divorce, stress in the family, anxiety. The reason she lost her home was a couple of reasons. The fact that she didn't know where to go for help. So if you want to know about money, and if you want to know how money works, you also have to know where to go for help when you are in a situation. Because like you said, resources are all around us, right? But you have to go. You have to be involved. That's why we did a show, Tammy, called Community Matters. You have to be involved in your community, so that when you are in a situation, you can say, where do I go for help in
Right.
as it pertains to that particular situation. You have to know where to go, because at the end of the day, whenever you're isolated and you are by yourself, and they can hear there, wherever that who there is, they can hear that you're isolated by yourself, you are gonna be a target. And you have to know that in order for you to understand how money works, and have money multiplies, and have money be something that you and your family can enjoy and can earn, can have work for you, can save, can give away, all that stuff. You have to also understand how to keep your money. And when it's time for you and you find yourself in a situation where you are losing what you've worked for, you have to be able to go and get help. And the help is all around us. Many institutions in this country are not sharing those information because they don't care to share with you, i.e. sometimes even at the church, you think this will be the place where people would have all the resources they need to learn how money works and how money can work for you. Years ago, I did a show, not a show, I was teaching at the local church, a class called God, Money, and You. And many of the parishioners, people at the church never showed up. And at the end of the day, we find out that so many of them lost their homes. So many of them, were without jobs for years. And all this stuff was happening. Again, in our mindset, that scarcity mindset, I gotta work. I gotta work for the money. When the truth of the matter is there's plenty of other people's money available for you to have the peace of mind. Are you familiar with that, other people's money? How do you use other people's money to take care of you?
Well, I just wanted to tell you, I know, okay, so I don't want to go there right now. Because if I go there, I can go there. So everyone needs to realize this system is set up to distract us and to spend money on things we don't need, to make us feel validated. So if I buy this mink coat, I'm going to be fly. I'm going to look like money. No, you're not. You're wearing a dead animal on your body. If that's what you choose to do, that's on you. But what I'm saying is, we're spending money on things to make us feel better, because it all starts from within. You have to invest in yourself, invest in knowledge. Knowledge is golden. That's one thing they can't take from you. Okay. They plant things in the system to try to keep us distracted, fearful. I was watching a program with my husband the other, because I don't watch TV a lot. I was watching this program, and when I was watching the daggone pharmaceutical drugs that they were advertising between the episodes of the movie we were watching, and they were pitching all the things that can happen to you if you use this drug. So you're fearful, like, oh my God, my brain is going to explode if I get this drug, or I'm going to have shortness of breath, or blah, blah, this and that, the other. But I need this drug to make me feel better. But it's all about believing and loving yourself so you can attract what you really want. And money is power. Money is power. Money, just like T said, just like Gabrielle said, and these two queens right here, we're sharing information with each other. During the pandemic, Gabrielle reached out to me. And she's the one that helped me get Queen Dawn Spirit on the ball. She did our taxes. She's been doing our taxes for the past 7 years. Okay. My sister T and I, we share information with each other. If you're in a group where you have some girlfriends or male friends or friends or family members that are not sharing information with you about how to level up, you're in the wrong group.
Absolutely.
You're in the wrong group, because you sharing is caring. And I'm surrounded by phenomenal queens and kings that we share information amongst ourselves to help each other level up.
Yeah, money is not just dollars.
You can become a millionaire too.
Correct. Money is not just dollar and cents. What you have in your pocket, or even like laying around the house, whatever. It's not what money is. Money is more than that. So that's why it's important that you align yourself and that you get the knowledge that you need on what is money and how it works, how it impacts your daily life. And once you know that, then you're able to say, oh, how do I make it work for me? I know I'm going to work for money, either to my business or to a job, but how do I make it work for me so I can grow it exponentially, not only for myself, but for my future generation. And if you find yourself in a situation where the thieves are coming at night trying to take what you've worked for, you need to learn how to fight off those thieves. And the way you do that is through knowledge, getting engaged, getting involved. Stop the wasting of time on TV and with TV and chit-chatting over the telephone with people who don't have your best interest in mind. You need to go out, meet your community, find out what's going on, and find out about the struggles and the fights that communities like ours are going through so that you can empower yourself. Because by empowering yourself, not only will you be able to make money, but you'll be able to keep what you've made. Did you want to
I
say
would
something?
like to add this one thing in too. So money is love. It does take money to make money, but also you have to give back. So, find a charity or a group. I know when I was had my transportation business, I also with my church did a Christmas sponsor a child. So, we would give to the less fortunate children, no questions asked, and, help them out at Christmas time, whether they needed toys, coats, computer supplies, whatever. So you have to give back. So, I mean, even, you get the tax break, but it's more so in your heart and how you feel about, people in your community. So you have to make that a priority too.
And I would, if I could interrupt, I'm sorry, Gabrielle. That's why Gabrielle, I'm going to get her to help me, or someone help us to start a nonprofit, because Queen Dawn Spirit, yes, it's a profiting business. However, I want people to be able to still tap into my energy and learn how to heal themselves and help one another. So I'm going to start a nonprofit for the mothers, for the single mothers or the single fathers, or people that don't believe that they have the money, to help them heal themselves and heal their lifestyle as well. When I go to a party and I know the people that are at the party, and it's a small group of people, not a huge party, but a group of people, I take things from my website and I gift them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. And you need to have first in order for you to be able to give. We were talking about it earlier, Tammy. Was it Tammy? I was on the phone with somebody, and I said that my mother taught me also how to give, but discreetly. We go around and we shake people's hands. In my family, that's how we do it. My sisters, I kid you not, I go away on vacation with my sisters, and they see someone in need, or even at church, they go in and give the person a handshake quietly. God bless you. And then you open your hand, you'll see something. So I saw that as a child with my mother in the neighborhood, because she had been blessed with so much and she wanted to share. So yes, to whom much is given, much is required. It's so important to know that you've been given the ability to know how money works and how money can work for you, but also you've been given the ability to hold on to what you've worked for. Go out there, find out how to hold on to your assets. Do not let it be taken away from you. And when you have your assets, please share them with your friends, family, and people beyond you, because it's so important. Because you've been given, you gotta pay it forward. So thank you. We've given you so much information tonight, and I hope this information you're not gonna hold on to it for yourself. You're also gonna share with your friends and family. I'm very passionate about this because I do believe this is making a difference, even if it's one person that can, that's all it takes, just an army of one to make a difference. So we'll encourage you to share with your friends, make a comment. And yeah, anything that you want to share with us, please share, because there's going to be somebody reading your comment, and that comment might be the only word that they need. I've heard the song, I need a word from the Lord. They need a word from you tonight. So share and let them know that you are with them. So thank you so much, ladies, for your time.
Sharing is caring.
I'm so excited, and we're gonna say goodnight for tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
One thing, Gabrielle, let me say one last thing. And guys, one thing that you can give that's not a lot, like if someone comes to your home or your place of business and they're giving a service to you, offer them a bottle of water.
Right. Be
The
nice.
energy is giving. What you give out is what you get back. Offer them a bottle of water. Every time a service person comes, it could be the mailman, it could be the UPS driver, it could be the Amazon truck driver. Would you like a bottle of water? They'd be like, you know what? I would love a bottle of water. It doesn't hurt to give a bottle of water, but when you put that energy out, you're always going to get back more.
You have great money energy. That's why you're willing to open up your hands and give. I'm with you, Dawn. I'm all about that. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great night.